Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs had a giant role in defining the way animated films would be progressing throughout the 2010s, on top of being a really good movie. When you run the numbers, 2009 was one of the most stacked years in animated film history. Pixar released Up, one of its most beloved and best films to that point and even nowadays. Meanwhile, Disney was returning to hand-drawn animation with Princess and the Frog. Meanwhile, new faces were entering animated film as a medium, whether it was studios like Laika creating Coraline, or auteurs like Wes Anderson making Fantastic Mr. Fox. On top of all these new, artistically driven films, we have box office smash hits like the third Ice Age movie, Ice Age: Dawn of the Dinosaurs. Overall, it was just developing into a great year in the history of animated films. But one of the companies active at this point, but still relatively in its infancy, was Sony Pictures Animation, and they were about to release one of the most important films in animation, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Now, while what's within the film isn't that groundbreaking on its own, the creators behind the film are arguably some of the most important individual names in all of animation history. They're Phil Lord and Chris Miller. After getting their start on a little show called Clone High, where nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys, the two would continue working on TV shows as writers until they got hired by Sony to write Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs in 2003, only to get fired, then later rehired in 2006. After a rewrite, the head of Sony Pictures nearly fired them again, but they managed to stay on by a thread. However, after finally getting it right, the duo would get the chance to release the film Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. So, for the actual film in question, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs stars Flint Lockwood, an inventor who has never had any respect for the majority of his life while living in the town of Swallow Falls. And everything just changes for him when he invents a machine that can turn water into a food. So instead of solving world hunger, ending capitalism, or subscribing to my YouTube channel, he winds up helping the mayor turn the town into a tourist destination, in part to win the affections of a meteorologist in training named Sam Sparks. So Cloudy's biggest strength as a film is definitely its writing. Lord and Miller have a knack for writing comedies, and so many of the jokes just wind up having these uniquely fantastic payoffs. Every single line said in the film feels as if it will come back, and the film's just primed with foreshadowing. I'm not going to spoil what this is, but I'm going to make you think the next time you watch this film, because questioning everything is good for the mind when you're watching movies. Be an active watcher. Meanwhile, 3 of the actors in this film have gone on to have major roles in subsequent animated Sony projects. Bill Hader was in Angry Birds, Andy Samberg was in Hotel Transylvania, and Anna Faris had a major role in the Emoticon exhibition. Most importantly, this is where Lord and Miller's careers just take a jump in quality. They'd go on after this to make 21 Jump Street, a sequel to this movie, Cloudy 2, the Lego Movie, the sequel to 21 Jump Street, you guessed it, 22 Jump Street. And most importantly for the future of animation, they became some of the driving minds on Spider-Verse. And all the success just sees Cloudy as an origin point for all of it. In fact, going into the decades of the 2010s and the 2020s, Lord and Miller have more of an auteur license than anyone else working in animation, not at Pixar maybe, I guess? Whatever projects they've endorsed have gotten made, and even if they weren't directly running it, and honestly, with creators like them, it's nice to see in a more corporate world people getting the chance to make whatever they like for a movie, and it makes their career want to check out going into the future. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs definitely paved the way for films that we see nowadays like Spider-Verse or Mitchell vs. the Machines, that are films that are bringing animation far further into the future and cementing Sony's reputation as the second most successful artistic studio nowadays. Maybe behind Pixar, really. That's the one studio that's kind of giving them a fight nowadays. But it's nice to see, and it's good to see this as the origin point for it. I'm happy that for the future, Sony learned the right lessons through Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and we can hope that they keep going in this direction going into the future of the 2020s and beyond. Hi! It's been a minute! Thank you for watching this video! So I watched this film all the way in May, and I decided to make a small mini doc exploring its history and how it's shaping animation for the future. And then when I was trying to record back in early June, I had technical issues in my setup that prevented it from coming out until now. Don't worry, I have a few more videos on the horizon, including my next Ultimate Retrospective. And if you like this video, new faces maybe, I'd recommend you perusing the rest of my channel. I've got other various video essays and retrospectives analyzing film and the history of animation. Also, rest in peace James Caan, the actor who played Flint's dad Tim Lockwood in this film. and was also an actor in like things like The Godfather, but more importantly, Elf. I didn't realize that we'd lose one of the actors from this movie in my absence, but we did. So rest in peace to him. He was a fantastic actor. Video essays dedicated to him because I enjoy his career. But yeah, by the way, everyone who's watching this video, you're valid, and I hope you have a lovely day. Enjoy!